one of the most important tree branches of a deeply rooted tree in the Arabic field is the active participle, decoded as اسم الفاعل, carrying genetic information in the form of فاعل, implying the doer of an action which resides in the root of فعل. In fact, non-doer cannot bear the name of active participle due to the lack of his actions. He, the sluggish, is deprived of representing the verbs of motion. The doer, per contra, is the one who is very involved in activity, and the verbs are the source of inspiration for man of action. On that account, doers are named in Arabic as عامل, employee, laborer, worker, of the verb عمل, to work. هو عامل, he is a worker. He is a skillful worker. هو عامل ماهر, ماهر, of the verb مهر, to be skillful, to be proficient. It can be concluded that active participles can be used as nouns as well as adjectives. So when I say هو عامل ماهر, so عامل is a noun, ماهر is its modifying adjective. They are both indefinite. They match in number, gender, and grammatical case. هو عامل ماهر. And the modifying adjective follows its noun, opposing to English syntax. We have the adjective and then the noun. He is a skillful worker. هو عامل ماهر. So careful with that when rendering from one language into from English into Arabic or vice versa. I hitherto explained how to derive active participles from Form 1 sound verbs, and we'll add the video of the lesson toward the conclusion of today's lesson. And you can watch it in case you didn't do yet, or maybe you just found about my channel. So welcome, or welcome back for my subscribers. The active participle is known as اسم الفاعل, as I mentioned earlier. And that literally means the name of the doer, the name of the actor, the subject. So فاعل refers to the form of the participles, the form the participles take when derived from a Form 1 verb. That is to say, فاعل is the template of the active participle, derived from فعل, and فعل is the template of Form 1 verb. So it's all about templates. In this lesson, we are concerned with hollow verbs. As you remember from the previous lessons, a hollow verb has a wow or a ya as its middle radical. So the ain of the root fa'ala is the middle radical, pointing out to the radicals of the root of the verb. So this wow or ya disappears and is replaced by an alif. For example, ja'a, the hollow verb ja'a, to be hungry, to starve. From the root jim, waw, ain. So we have ja'a, jim, alif, ain, but its root is jim, waw, ain. There is no alif in the roots. Never ever. So that alif's origin is a waw or ya. How do you find out? So the jim, waw, and ain, this root is based on the verbal noun of ja'a. So if you know the verbal noun, al-ju', you would find out that the origin of alif is actually a waw. Or if you know your conjugation, if you know how to conjugate the verb ja'a in the imperfect indicative, huwa yaju'u, he is starving. Huwa yaju'u. So here again we have a waw, yaju'u. The prefix ya of the conjugation in the indicative, the imperfect indicative in the third person, masculine singular huwa, he, and the waw, yaju'u, ya, jim, waw, ain. So the waw is the middle radical. But the form 1 of hollow verb is ja'a, not jawa'a, ja'a. Tricky, I know. So to generate an active participle from sound verb form 1, the one's roots free from central waw or ya, with no trouble, we have just to add an alif after the first radical. For example, kataba, katib, right, to write, writer, katib. See, we have that alif that follows the kaf, the first radical. On the other hand, with a hollow verb, we already have the alif planted for us. So, and instead of the middle radical, the waw, we insert a hamza and apply the kasra of the pattern fa'il, fa'il. So we have ja'a, so we keep the alif with the jim, the ja, we add the hamza right after and mark it with a kasra. Ja'a, ja'a, ana ja'a, I am hungry. Ja'a. Ba'a, ba'a is the name of someone whose job involves selling. So ba'a, a salesman, a seller, merchant, and is derived from the verb. What verb? So you just get rid of the hamza and kasra. What is left? Ba'a, 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 to sell. Qa'id, qa'id is a leader, a commander, derived from the active participle of the verb قاد, to lead. For instance, you may have heard in the news the title القائد الأعلى للقوات المسلحة. So القائد, we already know, the leader or commander. So القائد الأعلى, commander in chief. الأعلى, أعلى is an elative, an adjectival form denoting intensity or superiority, equivalent to the comparative or superlative of English or some other languages. Meaning, أعلى, highest in rank, superior. So, commander-in-chief, القائد الأعلى, of للقوات المسلحة. القوات, forces. المسلحة, it's modifying adjective. Here, as I said, the modifying adjective comes after its noun. But in English we have armed forces. It comes before the noun. So armed forces, we'll flip it. القوات المسلحة. القوات is the plural, the sound feminine plural of قوة, force. المسلحة is singular, feminine singular, because it is modifying a non-human plural. That's why it doesn't match in number. Okay? So القائد الأعلى للقوات المسلحة. شائع, شائع, widespread, circulating, universal, of the verb شاع. شاع. For example, الخبر شائع بين الناس. الخبر, news. الخبر شائع. News is widespread or widely known. بين, among, الناس, among people. Or news is public. Simply, news is public. الخبر شائع بين الناس. شائع, widespread. If you're driving a car, you are appointed as a driver. Driver. سائق. سائق. أنا سائق. Driver. Of the verb ساق. 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 سائق. The active participles are made feminine by marking the end of words with a bound تاء. تاء مربوطة, the circular تاء. So we have سائق, سائقة. We don't even pronounce that تاء. You would hear just the final short vowel فتحة. سائقة. Nobody says سائقة. أنا سائقة. سائقة. And the sound masculine plural is سائقون. You add the واو and the noon. The suffix واو, noon. واو referring to the to a group of people. Male group. Even if there are few females still, if there is one male, it's gonna be considered as a male group. And سائقات, feminine sound plural. You adjust the extended ألف and the open تاء. تاء مفتوحة. سائقات. And we will have some practice. We'll have a passage as a practice to ameliorate your grammar and understanding, hopefully. Here is a short passage for you, covering some of the active participles of sound and hollow verbs, Form 1, illustrating the proper usage of them. So let's analyze it. الهدوء. Shh. Silence. الهدوء. سائد. سائد. في البيت. Where is the active participle in this sentence? It's a very hard question to you. I think I'm being helpful. I have marked all of them with red. So it is سائد of the verb ساد. We just get rid of the hamza and the kasra to have the verb ساد. ساد, to prevail. So الهدوء سائد, silence is prevailing, or silence was prevailing. As you know, the active participle cannot manifest the grammatical tense, but only the action of the verb. So you are the one who is going to be looking for the time of the events occurring in a given text based on some adverbs of time or the use of kana, referring to the past, because kana is the verb to be in the past. So you'll be using your mind. So الهدوء, silence, is prevailing at home. الهدوء سائد في البيت. You can repeat with me. So, silence is prevailing at home. Why? لأن the conjunction لأن is one of the sisters of inna. So لأن means because. Why the silence is prevailing? الزائر نائم في غرفة الضيافة. الزائرة نائم. Here we have two consecutive active participles. So in such a case, you have to be careful with the translation. If both of them are definite, meaning wearing this definite article L that we have here, the second one will be its modifying adjective. And it is the same case if they are both indefinite, without the active, definite article L. زائر نائم, or الزائر النائم. But here the second one is indefinite, so it's not its modifying adjective. It is an action verb in the form of an active participle. So here لأن requires a subject in the nominative case, in the accusative case, here with the sign of fatha, and a predicate. Predicate in the nominative case with the sign of Dhamma or two Dhammas. Sometimes the grammatical case is implicit, sometimes is explicit. So here the signs are explicit. So لأن الزائر of the verb زار is to visit. الزائر, visitor. So, because the visitor, what happened to the visitor? We need a predicate. نائم is sleeping. So if I say لأن الزائر النائمة, see, even the case is gonna change because if it's modifying adjective, it has to match in case, number, gender. So it's لأن الزائرة النائمة, it would be because the sleeping visitor. And then we would be looking for extra information, the predicate, to understand what's going on with this sleeping visitor. So, but here we already have the predicate, the indefinite active participle, which will be rendered into English as a verb. Here is sleeping because the visitor is sleeping. Where? In the guest room. So غرفتي الضيافة. These genitive words are in this case because of the preposition في, because after some prepositions everything is in the genitive case, and here is with the sign of a كسرة, an explicit كسرة. في غرفتي الضيافة. This is a genitive construct, إضافة, a possessive construction with the first term and second term. The second term is definite. So we have the guest room, غرفة, room, الضيافة, hospitality. الضيافة by itself, الضيافة means hospitality, but غرفة الضيافة means the guest room. Whew, it was too much information for you. وهو, and he is. وهو عائد إلى بلده في الأسبوع القادم. So, عائد of the verb عاد. So we get rid of the hamza and kasra to have the hollow verb عاد. عاد, to return, to go back. So, and he is going back. وهو عائد. Or you can use the verb in the imperfect indicative. وهو يعود. It would be the same thing. This is just a way to diversify your style of writing. So you can use an active participle or the verb conjugated in the imperfect indicative. وهو عائد إلى, to. So عاد is defined with إلى, the preposition إلى. Return to. بلده. So بلد is a country. He referring to his country. بلده, his country. في الأسبوع القادم. Next week. In Arabic, the modifying adjective follows the nouns, but in English is the opposite. It comes before. It's preceding the noun. So next week, الأسبوع القادم, and these are in the genitive. Why? Because of the preposition في. في غرفة الضيافة في الأسبوع القادم. So, and he is returning to his country next week. إنه. What is إنه? So instead of repeating وهو, you can substitute it with the particle inna. The inna is an emphasizing sentence particle. Mostly, it's not even translated. It's untranslated. So, plus the enclitic form of huwa, the personal pronoun huwa, third person, masculine, singular, attached to inna. Instead of saying inna huwa, we just use the enclitic form of huwa and have innahu. It's same thing as huwa. There is no difference. It's just to enrich your writing. إنه سائح. سائح, of the verb ساح, to travel. سائح, traveler. يحب الاستطلاع. يحب, of the verb أحب, to love, to like, to enjoy. الاستطلاع means exploration. الاستطلاع is the object of the verb يحب in the accusative with the sign of فتحة. So here is the subject, here is this verbal phrase is the predicate of the subject. So هو عائد, هو سائح. wa. We use a lot of wa in Arabic writing. It's okay. This kind of repetition is acceptable, not like in English. wa يرجح السفر بالباخرة على الطائرة. ويرجح, of the verb رجح. رجح, favor, to prefer something to something else. السفر, السفر, traveling, and he prefers traveling. This is the verbal noun of سافر, to travel. So ويرجح السفر ب, he prefers traveling by B. By is represented by B. B, and since when a preposition is just a single letter, just attach it to the following word. When it's two words, you can it can be independent, but a single letter, no. It needs a support. So بالباخرة, of the verb بخر. بخر is to steam, to evaporate. باخرة, steam ship, as in the old time. بالباخرة, by ship or by steam ship. To airplane. على الطائرة. الطائرة الطائرة of the verb طار. طار, to fly. طائر is a bird. طائرة, the feminine noun طائرة is an airplane. على, and because الطائرة is preceded by على, it has to be in the genitive. I'm telling you, parsing is important. So here is the explicit kasra showing the grammatical case of this word, of this genitive word. So, and he prefers traveling by ship to airplane. So these, let's say, feminine, these are nouns, but actually these are feminine active participles, let's say. لأنه, again we have the same conjunction لأن, but we have attached the enclitic form of the third person masculine singular هو, the subject pronoun هو. It's better to say لأنه than لأن هو, for the sake of an ease of pronunciation. لأنه, لأنه خائف. So who is this object pronoun is the subject of this conjunction, and in the accusative case, but this time the grammatical case is implicit, because this is an invariable object pronoun. It has its dhamma. We cannot put a fatha. When we are referring to the third person feminine singular, we would say لأنها, لأنها. So the fatha normally matches the following alif, لأنها. But for this object pronoun, we have to keep the dhamma. But this is still in the accusative case with an implicit fatha. Got it? Anyway, who cares about the cases? لأنه خائف. خائف is the predicate of لأن, and it is an active participle of what verb? Let's remove the hamza with its kasra. خاف. خاف. خاف, to be frightened, to be terrified, to be scared, you name it. لأنه خائف من, and خاف is constructed with the preposition من. خاف من, لأنه خائف من ماذا؟ من الطيران. Normally the preposition min comes with a sukun, but when it's followed by another word, that sukun turns to a fatha to facilitate the pronunciation. من الطيران. الطيران. الطيران means flights. Flights. Because he is frightened of flights. He's a chicken. وهذا هو صديقي توماس من فرنسا. And this is my friend, صديقي. That's this ya refers to my friend, صديقي Thomas from France. From France. The end. That was it. أنا ذاهبة الآن. إلى اللقاء.